Should transfer at this station. We will be
finally off the train. Oh. To Fukushima. I just got off the train line. I hope you enjoyed the very scenic views of the Aizu Tetsudo as it was traveling from Tochigi to Fukushima. And yeah, first time in Fukushima, as you can see, very snowy all around. I'm at Yunokamionsen Station right now, which is a really beautiful train station that I want to take a couple of pictures a little bit later. But first thing, I unfortunately forgot to withdraw money, which is really bad if you come to like the north or like Inaka in Japan, because they don't have a lot of you know, IC card readers and stuff here. So I need some money, and thankfully even in the Inaka, wow, okay, I don't want to walk. Just a bunch of ice just fell down there. I don't want to walk too close to these rooftops, it seems. But yeah, even in like the Inaka, they have 7-Eleven, so to get some cash. And then we're gonna be off to our next stop, which is a bus ride away. There's one bus coming in 10 minutes, like right after the train, but I won't be able to make that one because I don't have no money. But there's gonna be another one in like an hour or so. So yeah, just enough time. Let's get some money. Curry bread. Let's go. Welcome to Ouchi Juku. Yeah. What's really famous in this area is this negi soba, which you're supposed to eat like the whole soba just with this like green onion. I hate onions though, so I'm not gonna try it, but it's a very special thing to eat here. Welcome from Aizu Wakamatsu as I'm drinking my super thick yogurt. Yeah, this is the front of the station of I think the biggest city in the area of Aizu. Not a lot of here. You can actually see my hotel where I'm staying tonight, right in front of the train station, which is nice. Yeah, there's two spots that I wanted to check out here. Unfortunately, one of them is already closed because they close at 4 p.m. So I won't be able to make that one. But the second one is a castle, which is also closed, but you can actually see it from the outside, so you don't have to like go inside if you don't want to. So that's cool. And then yeah, I don't think there's much else to do here. This is like some local yogurt that is like, they say it's really thick, but it's really thick. All right, let's check out Aizu Wakamatsu. What you can see behind me is the Tsuruga Castle. This is a reconstruction of a castle as it is with many or almost all of the castles in Japan. This one was unfortunately used in a rebellion against like when the government was centralized again. So the government didn't want to leave them the castle and destroyed it. It was rebuilt again in 1965 after the war. And yeah, it is a pretty good reconstruction, I think. A lot of the other castles are kind of tacky and they don't really look like what they used to, but I think this one is nice. Unfortunately, it's already too late to enter. They close at 4:30, I believe, with the last at 5 p.m. where you can exit. But yeah, it's nice to look at from the outside. You have the beautiful mountains. You can see them over here in the background. And yeah, it's just a nice place to chill out. I think Aizu Wakamatsu overall does not have a lot of things to do. So it's more about the surrounding things that we were at earlier, and we're gonna go to tomorrow. I think that's it. We're just gonna have some dinner somewhere and then check in my hotel and catch some early sleeps for the early start tomorrow. Viewpoint. Welcome to day 2 in Fukushima. I think this is the first time I'm actually speaking here. I just finished taking pictures at the Tadami Viewpoint, which was absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, there's only like 2 trains if you want to go there. If you come like early in the morning at like 6 a.m., which I did. There's one train at like 9 a.m. going in one direction and 9:30 in the other direction. And the first train was just completely like cloud covered, snow covered. You couldn't see anything. But the second train was really beautiful. So that's something that you have to plan around. But with every positive comes a little bit of a negative. And the thing about the Tadami line is that there's no trains after the 9:31 for like 3 hours, which is the situation that I'm in right now. So for the next 3 hours I have to spend some time, but thankfully I was able to secure a taxi, and I'm standing in front of a beautiful onsen right now, which is gonna open in like 10 minutes. Open for day use for 3 hours perfectly for the next train, and it's actually situated right next to this beautiful lake here in the snow-covered mountains, and you're gonna have that view like out on the snow-covered from a hot spring, which is gonna be absolutely beautiful. I don't think I can film inside, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm gonna show you a picture and I'm gonna enjoy it myself. Oh, looking forward, because it's really cold actually. Hot spring felt really nice. It was actually not as hot as I was expecting it. They had like an outdoor and indoor area, not too many people, and a nice little chill out space. And this is probably honestly the best way to kind of spend the time if you are going to see the Tadami line, because as I said, there's no train for another 3.5 hours after you've taken like the morning shot. And so the other person that I was there with, he said that he's just gonna wait at the station, but it's kind of a waste just sitting around for 3 hours. So you only can reach this spot realistically by taxi if you do not have a rental car. But what you can do is you can ask your hotel to call, because you're gonna need Japanese to call, and just reserve your taxi. I think I reserved mine for 9:45, which left me around 20 minutes to pack up all my stuff after I was done like filming and shooting down at the Tadami line. And then yeah, you just arrive here. They open at 10 a.m. and you can for 3 hours stay inside, which is just around the perfect time. I stayed around for around 2.5 hours, and I'm walking to the train station right now, which is only like 10 minutes along the main road. So pretty easy. Would recommend, highly recommend it. They said tattoos are not allowed, but there was a Japanese guy next to me who had a tattoo, so probably not too strict on that. All right, now we're gonna get back on the same train that we took and that we also got here in the morning, go back to Aizu Wakamatsu city, around 2 hours, and see one more spot before returning back to Tokyo. Look how nice this area looks during Sakura. I'd love to see it in spring as well. By the way, this is the train station, so yeah, It's pretty in the middle of nowhere. Quick station review. We have our waiting house. Yeah, pretty simple. Got the trains written over here, as you can see. Not too many. Next one is gonna be at, hopefully it's written there, yeah, 12:48. That one. All right. And then yeah, this is the train station. We got beautiful river, lake, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I think over there, as you can see, this boat pier. I think they do like boat tours here during like summer. But yeah, pretty cool train station. Not much here.
So
what you can see behind me is the main reason why I wanted to come here, which is it's called Sazaedo, which means Sazae is like a turban shell, and the reason it's because it's like shaped in like this turban shell style, and it's a very unique structure. I think it says it's the only one in the world in this wooden steel. And what's really interesting is kind of as you're going up and going down the same way, you won't meet people going up and down because it's like a really unique like, kind of winding structure. And yeah, it's a really beautiful place. It says it's the only mid-Edo period building that's still standing, or like wooden building. And yeah, it's massive, 16 meters tall. Looks pretty cool. And it's on top of this mountain, which I forgot the name, but I'm gonna put it down below. This mountain is significant because during the Boshin War, which was at the end of the Tokugawa shogunate, there was like a group of youngsters here who committed suicide at the end of the war. They thought that they were losing because one of the castles nearby, they saw was in flames, or they thought it was in flames, and they all committed suicide here, except for one person who told their stories going forward. But yeah, they were all like 16 to 18 years old, so pretty tragic story. But yeah, this is the history of this place, so let's check it out.